Hello everyone. Good afternoon to you all. This is Onesha Chakma and today's host for the session. First of all, I'd like to welcome to you all to our webinar, Meet the Global Leader. In our webinar, we always invite the international scholars and leaders. This is an initiative of School of Entrepreneurship Development. So today we have with us our guest speaker, Luciane Borges. So she is an entrepreneur, a personal branding expert, and the CEO of Be In Digital. So ma'am, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Hello, Anisha. Thank you very much for the introduction. Hello, everybody. And once again, thanks for the invitation. It's really a pleasure to be part of this program, Meet the Global Leaders. And I'm so happy to be able to share a little bit of my story in order to inspire other successful stories along the way. So I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna start telling a love story.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell a love story. So once upon a time, there was this girl. She was born in a small town in Brazil, and then she dreamed about living in the capital of or the metropolis in a big city. So she finished her school, her university, and she moved out to the major city in Brazil, which is called São Paulo. And then over there, she started her career in. It was kind of lucky because the first job in São Paulo was in a multinational company as assistant, not as her position was assistant. And then she kept developing skills and attending courses and MBA and executive specialization courses. And then she became like a executive manager in multinational company. And then she fell in love for a foreigner. And it was like a trick moment because she had to decide, should I continue my career in this position, or should I follow my career, or should I follow my heart? And so she decided to follow her heart and moved out for other country, actually other continent. And because of this move, this big decision in her life, she was she was seeing herself as like doing nothing because there was no job for her in the new country. And but she didn't want to stay like the housewife was not her intention in life, her dream. And then she decided to become an entrepreneur. And that's my story, by the way. I like to tell this story because it's kind of um, it's kind of interesting for me because I had lived the corporate business environment, and I also have lived the entrepreneurship environment. And so it's a great experience. All of the scenarios are challenging, but it's perfectly possible to be successful in whatever decision you take in your professional life. So this is
Okay.
Luciane, and nowadays I have a company, and I decided to help people to enhance or to build their personal branding. And basically I personal branding on social media, and more specifically into LinkedIn. But I've been helping like companies and person and corporate and personal brands to to build their reputation online.
Okay. So I'm very curious about what you said that you chose the career, your career. So
Yes.
I just know more about, your how to say, your corporate life that you used to lead
Yes,
before. So
yes.
how was your experience?
So I mostly most of the time I worked for B2B company. You know, we have two kinds of company: B2B, which is the company who sells its product to other companies, and companies selling products to consumers. So most of my experience was in B2B companies, and I started my career, as I said, as an assistant,
Yeah.
and then I had the chance to move and to work in human resource department. And when I was working in the HR department, I was invited to work in the communication area, and then I also fall in love, and it's really it was a life changing moment in my career. And since I start working on communication, then I went from communication to PR and to social responsibility projects. I pretty much all the movements involving boosting a company's brand among its stakeholders, either internal audience, external audience, government, community. So I pretty much work in all this area. And I had also the chance to manage people, which is also very challenging. And but it's quite a particular challenge, because it's pretty much different, because we learn a lot of skills during our lives, and we can learn by ourselves, we can attend the course, but learning how to lead people, it's something that you have to be very attentive, and it's a kind of skill that you can improve on daily basis, because people are different on daily basis. So how you are going to deal with your team, how you are going to keep motivating your team, it's always a challenge.
Okay. So as you say that you led so many people, so I'm just curious about one part that, yeah, if you are leading so many people, there must be some conflict. So how did you resolve that kind of conflict?
Well, I have to tell you that sometimes we are not able to solve the entire conflict, but I think that empathy, it's like putting yourself in the other people's shoes to understand what they are feeling and what is the main cause of that conflict. It's one part. And conversation, there's no way uh, to solve a conflict or any kind of problem if you don't talk with people, if you don't ask one talk to people in privately, like privately. Hey, what's going on? I'm feeling that you are different, you are kind of nervous, you are not performing as you were before. So all this kind of sensitiveness that we have as a leader, and talk with people private, and also talk with people in group. I, as a leader, I was ever a leader that, it's my point of view, I don't believe that we need to love our co-workers. No, you, because it's something much more deep. So you have to love people that you love. You might find, I found amazing people over the time I work in corporate business. Some of them are my best friends until now, and I do love them, but it's because of they are the way they are, not because they we work together. So I never managed implying that, oh, you have to love your coworkers. No, but you need to first respect the coworkers as a human being, and follow the company's guidance and the politics and the guidance, and also follow the strategy, because the bottom line is, we are there, we are in a company, or we are working for our own business in order to bring results. So if you are not able to bring results because whatever is happening, it's kind of what not expected. So solving conflict is quite tricky, and sometimes you can't do it and the whole size of the conflict, but it's possible to manage. And as long as people are respecting themselves and they are bringing results without damage the relationship, I think it's a good way to move on.
Okay, okay, that's fantastic. Okay, so as you were the CEO of the Be in Digital, so I'd like to know more about it and like what is the initiative of the Be in Digital?
Well, it's a kind of at first I decided to focus my expertise on LinkedIn, as I told you, as a social media. I pretty much support people, professionals, to develop and nurturing the professional personal brand, but mostly on LinkedIn. So the end of being digital is pretty much similar to LinkedIn. And when I decided to get into this entrepreneurship environment, and one thing I had in mind, from now on, and it was like 7 years ago, from now on, people have to be digital. This is a kind of skill that you do need to develop, either you like or not, either you agree or not. I keep telling this to my clients. You are not forced to be online, to be digital, to be online, to know how to manage the applications and all the features that we have online. But if you don't do, somebody's gonna do and will take your place. That's true. So if you want to succeed in your career or in your professional life, you do have to be savvy on the digital environment. There is no other way. This is and which I think it's amazing. Like, for example, I am here talking to you today and sharing my story because of a contact I made it on LinkedIn. So this is how it works. If I weren't online, if I weren't open to connect with people, to talk with people, I'm sure I would have lost many opportunities in my professional career and my professional journey. So being digital, it's pretty much teaching people on how to develop this savvy digital ability, not expertise, because you don't need to be an expert, but you have to be able to manage your presence online.
Are you working in some kind of social, how to say, are you doing any social activity right now? Because in LinkedIn profile, I saw that you're working for stopping online harassment, right? So I want to know more about.
Oh, that's quite interesting. You visit my LinkedIn profile, and my
Yes, I
LinkedIn
did.
profile says a lot about me. And that's the point. Well, first of all, I'm going to respond to answer in a wider way, because just to make sense, when I decide to be entrepreneur, I kind of draw my business, and I decide, oh, I'm gonna be like a LinkedIn expert, a LinkedIn consultant, and I'm going to deliver this service and this and this and this. Okay, perfect. And I knew I had the ability and I had the knowledge and to deliver this service to the market. But what about credibility? Why would people hire me to help them with the personal branding? So that's when I came up with this personal brand. uh, it's another environment. It's totally different when I start my career, but it's kind of imperative. So, and then I start developing my own personal branding. and I used to, I don't want to sound like, oh, arrogant, but it was a successful enterprise, because my clients are in Brazil. Most of my clients are in Brazil. I have a few clients in Europe and the United States, but I live in South Korea. When I told you that when I told you I moved, because my husband works in South Korea. So I built a strong personal brand online, and this is really possible. So what did I decide to do back then? Okay, I wanted to develop credibility, my reputation among my target audience. So, and then I set up a YouTube channel, and I have Instagram. I'm gonna send you the links and all the links so you can follow me. I have YouTube, Instagram. Most of it is in YouTube is in Portuguese, but Instagram I have some posts in English, and also LinkedIn. So, and Facebook and LinkedIn. So I am in all social medias. And so this is my work. I help corporate and personal brands to position themselves in the market. But along our career, or over the journey of our life, we start getting in touch with different subjects, which is amazing because you can learn different things. And then, because I'm always online, I like to understand how is, because although we are online, we are dealing with people yet. That's not machine yet maybe, but we are dealing with people. And how what's the behavior? I like to understand the human being behavior, because it's not different online and offline. So we are dealing with people. So I always I'm always interested in anything related to human being behavior. And one day I came up to this, I found this podcast about online harassment. And then that was like a catch. That catch me, really, that catch me, because it's something that is, unfortunately, it's growing exponentially worldwide. And like, for example, Brazil, which is my country, is among the three world largest country in terms of online harassment, which is not a good uh, ranking to be in. So, and then it's something that I want to advocate, especially because I work a lot. I have a very busy agenda. But one day I want to slow down in terms of work, and I want to give back to the society. Most of what I was blessed to receive over my life. So I want to advocate as a volunteer, or I don't know if I'm going to set up online app or whatever I found out. It's interesting to help people to first teach people to avoid online harassment. And what should I do if somebody send me some message, and I realize it's a scam? What can I do? People don't know what they can do. So this is a subject that I want to advocate. I'm not totally into yet in terms of working, because I don't have time before. But once I have a little bit more time, that's something I want to support more intensely.
Okay, so have you ever faced online harassment?
Oh, yes, yes.
Like how many times, and how did you overcome that?
Oh, quite a few times. Yeah. On LinkedIn, it was, I think, oh, wow, no. There was one time on LinkedIn, and 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 it was like it was not a scam, it was a real person. So I connect with this writer, and he was a writer. And because on my LinkedIn I have all my information, and right after I connected, oh, this is Emilio, by the way, he's here.
Oh, it's so cute.
Emilio, he's next to me all the time. He's crossed this. So, and right, like 5 minutes after we connect on LinkedIn, he sent me a message on WhatsApp, and wow. And so he kept talking, and I noticed that the conversation was going to another into another scenario. And I just told him, oh, I'm busy, because he was a writer, he was, so I said, oh, I'm busy. This is one case. But on my other social media, and I have like almost every month, there is one connection that comes from a soldier in whatever, or a man that, oh, if I'm falling in love with you, you are the most, like they have a script. This is done by script. They read a script on how to deal with people. So because I have this project in mind, I kept saving the print screens. I keep sometimes I even reply the message to see how it's gonna be the other message, because it's all scripted. And but I think it's just this kind of case. I've never be into a romance scam, or money stealing scam. And in Brazil there are a lot of. So but it's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. And sometimes we're talking about online harassment, we talk about love scam, or stealing money. But some type of online harassment, they can be very harmful to the self-esteem of especially young generation. Because
Yeah,
I
yes, it's actually true. And because of that, I actually don't put much pictures or about me
Yeah,
like on social media, because sometimes I feel that maybe somebody can harass me or somebody can scam me. So that is the reason I
that's
don't
real.
want to
Yeah.
be online.
Yeah. And one thing is, someone come I if I post something and people go there, start, haters, the haters, we have haters everywhere, even offline world. But sometimes people come, if someone go in my post, answer it with like the hostile message, it's okay, I can delete, I will, okay, this is no problem. But for the young generation, the young generation, it's not um emotionally prepared to deal with that. So we have cases of suicide because uh, young people have been harassed online, either because of their image, or because something they did. So it's pretty serious. It's not a joke. But on the other hand, you see, it's another trick situation, because you have to be online
Yeah,
in order to succeed in your career. But you can't be online, because in order to avoid this kind of uncomfortable situation. So how to be in the middle? And of course, we are not going to publish pictures that too much showing. But if you are going to an event, if you are going to a seminar, if you are whatever you're doing related to your career, you do have to post online, because it's important to build your image. So the point is, that's why um, I'm so involved in this kind of team, because once you have the information, okay, if I am online harassed, what should I do? That's if you know how to manage, then it's possible to manage, and it's possible that you keep managing your online presence. So, but people have to pay attention. You are absolutely right.
Yes. Let's move on to the next question. So I just want to know that do you have any role model or mentor in your life who really inspired you to be an entrepreneur?
To be an entrepreneur, I don't know. I don't have one person to be an entrepreneur, one specifically person, but to to chase my, go after my dreams. I had an inspiration in life that was my grandmother, because it was like last century, and because of misogynism and sexism that we had back then and we still have now, unfortunately, but it was much stronger there. She had brothers, and they were a family with brothers and sisters, and only the brothers were able to go to school because my grandfather didn't want the girls to learn how to write. Look how backward. And because the girls would write love letters to the boys, that's his thought. And my grandmother said, no, but I want to learn. I want to learn how to write and read. I want to be literacy is important for someone's life. So she learned how to write and read by herself. And my grandfather even didn't notice that she was reading, so with this example, among a lot of others, she kind of showed me that it's possible to do whatever you want to do. That if you think that it's good for you, if you think that it's not disrespecting or damaging anybody else's life, why not? How come can come someone from outside my soul, my life, can come and say, oh, you need to do this and this? No, it's of course we have to follow culture guidance. We have values and morals to follow. It depends on our culture. But in this kind of how I'm gonna manage my life, she was she was very inspiring, because I always, when I come up with some kind of conflict or challenge situation, I always think, oh, what my grandma would say. What she would do. So I guess in general she was a role model. And in terms of not kind of business entrepreneurship, because we have a lot, but in terms of social entrepreneurship, I have a few women that I really admire. Like Melinda Gates is one of them, because even though she's one of the richest women in the world, she start the Gates Foundation, and it's helping a lot of women worldwide to have the right to be educated, and this is amazing. So, if I have to say one name, I would say Melinda Gates.
Okay. In my perspective, what I think is um, the mentor, the mentor you should really follow is within you, because sometimes I felt that nobody could inspire me but me. Only
Exactly.
pushing myself inspired me to do everything.
Yes, exactly like this. Yeah, yeah. Of course, you can have people that you can see. Oh, it's doing this and this. You can see like the horizon on front of
Yes,
you.
and we can
But
observe them.
yeah, we can observe and learn. But it's you. It's you that decide. Okay, let's move on. Let's do this. I want to do this, no matter what they are saying. Oh, it's not possible. No, let's do this.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
remember when I finished school, when I finished university, and I told you I was living in a small town in São Paulo,
Yeah.
and I decided, oh, I want to move to São Paulo, which is a big city. People would always say, because Brazil has a very unstable economic situation scenario, so it's been like this since I was born. And and I remember people would tell me, oh, don't do that, the country is in crisis, don't do that, it's too risky, you are going to live by yourself, you are going to live the comfort of your parents' house, you are going. I said, no, I'm going to do this. I will. I can fail, it's okay, but I will do. So it's you, the motivation is within ourselves, definitely, definitely.
Okay, so as you say that you moved and you're living in Korea right now. So are you facing any kind of problems like because the culture, the language is totally different from your one. So are you facing any problem like doing your work?
Well, in terms of working, no, because I work from home and most of my clients are in Brazil. So and my since even before the pandemic, I was already working home office and managing online um, business deliver. So in terms of work, it's not challenging because I don't work with Korean. I don't even have visa to
Oh,
work here, but it's pretty challenging in terms of language. Language, it's a barrier, definitely. Not all the Korean, of course, we have English as a universal language, but not all the Korean they speak English, or even if they speak, because my English has a Brazilian accent. Yeah,
yeah.
we have accent. There's so sometimes they don't understand what I'm saying, even in English, and I don't understand what they're saying. So it's I already had cases that I had to leave the taxi. The taxi driver just said, "Go, go," because we couldn't communicate. Like just say, "Oh, I'm going somewhere," but he wouldn't understand. So I have a few cases, like challenging cases, but overall it's been a great experience. It's an amazing experience. Yeah.
Um,
And this is something that it's also a kind of skill that we have to develop, because nowadays you are living in one country, working for another country, and you have global business, you have global opportunity, and learning. It's not only learning the culture, but it's learning how to deal with the difference, how to be resilient, how to to be diplomatic, even though you are not missing or losing your values. No, 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 you don't. I don't agree. You have to, once you move to another country, you have to be totally into the new country culture. No, but you need to respect the country and manage how you are going to like balancing your values, your dreams into that specific culture. This is quite a trick situation, but it's totally normal, especially if you want to go, if you want to have a worldwide business, which I totally advise in terms of, especially in terms of entrepreneurship.
okay, so what do you love to do in your leisure time, especially in Korea?
Oh, yoga. Definitely yoga. It's my passion. It's my passion. Yeah.
Okay.
And play with Emilio.
Okay, so yeah, so definitely you're a health conscious person, I must say.
Yeah, yes. But I started yoga in Korea, and yoga has also taught me, because some asanas are kind of difficult, and it's like, oh, it's painful. But if you just pay attention on your breathing and you realize that that pain is going to last for a few seconds, I'm not going to stay there the whole day in that position. So it's impressive because you learn how to manage difficult situations in your life, especially dealing with clients, dealing with teams, and in professional. You can say, like, for example, if you see a conflict happen, okay, maybe this is because that specific time that person is not feeling well. Let's wait in a few seconds, or let's wait half day to talk about it. So it has really taught me on how to deal with difficult in life. So it's amazing, and it's challenging too.
Yeah, I also personally think that yoga helps us to be calm in every situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you graduated from Brazil, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in your college time or university life, did you do any kind of social activity?
Not really, not really. Back then in Brazil, it was like 30 years ago. And we didn't have too much social activity, but I always like to take part of any academic initiative, or dealing speech giving speeches and participating in other kind of activities. I was always an interactive person. But I think
Okay,
it's important to especially nowadays, uh, thinking about how your it's kind of how it's your expertise, how it's my knowledge, how they can help the society somehow, how I can give back to the society with this knowledge, that what some all this here in my head. So it's kind of this, and nowadays we need this kind of um, um social thoughts and communities doing this. So, but in my university time, there was no that much.
okay,
That's
so
fine. Now I love to give speech to universities in Brazil because uh, because it's a way to participate in this academic activities nowadays.
yeah, and it's really helpful for the students as well if they listen to others and they can learn from them.
Yeah.
And yeah, have you ever felt whenever you wanted to do something, but you felt and in your mind something is going on, like you can't do that work? So in that case, what did you do?
If I face something that I can't do,
Like
wow.
somehow you felt, yeah, we have so many thoughts
I was
in our
fair.
mind.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me explain, because we have different phases in our lives. So back then, when I left university and I had all the thousands of dreams, and oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. If I fail something, I would feel very frustrated. Definitely, definitely. And even though, like, for example, one of my dreams when I left college, university, and I moved to Sao Paulo, and I said, oh, I'm 30 years old, I want to have my book, I want to have my a book published. It didn't happen for many reasons. And so back then I was kind of uh, it was a kind of frustration. Yeah, I didn't feel good. I can't lie. But now, when we grow and we have experience, and when we know how things are, how life goes, and it's totally different. I have a project that I've been trying uh, to activate this project for 2 years, and it's not happening. but I don't give up. I said, no, I failed one time. Okay, let's see what can I change. Okay, let's try again. Didn't happen again. Okay, but what do I need to do? Because it's not something that it's impossible to be successful. We have other examples. So now I've learned how to manage this feeling of, oh, it didn't happen, it failed. So it's but when I was young, it was kind of difficult. My suggestion, if I wish someone had told me that, okay, if you find this kind of situation, just sit down, breathe very deep, and believe in yourself. It's no matter how long it's gonna take, if it's good for you, if it's meant to be part of your life, it's gonna happen. But of course, we don't have this thought when we are young and we live there. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, let's. But I wish somebody had told me that, because, like, I would have suffered much less. But even though suffering this kind of uncomfortable situation, we can also learn with this situation. So, and what can I learn with a failed project? Okay, take a look, and where exactly did I what exactly I miss, and what can I do different, and learn with your failure. It's That's the best way. And don't cry, laugh on your fail. It's okay. Okay, it's not okay. So let's learn, and let's understand how I can do better in the other time, either the same project or a different project. And even if you decided, oh, after I finish college, I start working for a specific area, and 3 years later, oh, I don't want to work for this area anymore. It's okay. It's okay. Life is not short. You have a long life ahead. So you can move, you can learn new skills, you can develop a new career. There's no problem. This shift in my career, um, when I become entrepreneur, it happened when I was 42 years old, so 43 years old. So I wasn't like recent graduated. So I had a story. I had more than 23 years in the corporate business. So uh, it wasn't easy, but it's possible. That's the point. So it's because I failed. I don't know, but it was time to do something new, and
Do you
that's
still write?
yeah. If I
Do you
write,
still write?
yes, yes, and
Wow.
I'm writing my book now.
So would you like to publish your writing?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna do this. I am gonna do this. And that's the interesting point. I'm telling you, because the book I'm writing, it's how to overcome the fear to expose yourself on social media. Because I know people have freak out. Most of people freak out of being on social media, but you have to. It's not a question of I like or no, it's like. So I'm writing the book, and it's kind of looking back. I have much more experience, much more history, much more examples and cases now than I had like when I was 30 years old. So I'm still writing. I'm gonna publish my book definitely, no
Okay.
matter
I
when.
Yeah, I think I need that book, obviously.
You see, everybody, even the young generation, it's not everybody like, oh, I was born in this digital world, but no, people are afraid of exposing themselves on social media. So that's the point of the book.
Okay, so would you like to give any kind of advice to the young entrepreneurs who really started from the starting point?
Yes. First of all, um, find your purpose. It's important. Um, Define what you are going to do. It's really important. Define what kind of social benefit your enterprise is going to bring to the world. Even it's not a social, is it? Even if a fintech business, no, but it's okay. It's gonna bring some. We can see now in Africa how Africa it's boosting its economy because of financial application. So it's not a social business, but it's helping in terms of society. um, Find your target audience. This is important because you can't please everybody. That's period. You can. So who am I going to like focus, and who am I going to talk to? Because it depends on what is your audience. You are going to use one language or one communication. So find your target audience. Keep developing skills. This is really, really important. And three of them that I would say it's important for entrepreneur. First, define your personal brand. This is imperative. Define. This is like comes from personal brand, but have very clear what is your elevator pitch. If I met you, okay, hi, Anisha, how are you? I live in the 27th floor. We have 27th floor. Then you can explain to me what's your business, what's your enterprise is going to do, how it's going to change the world. So define your elevator pitch. It's absolutely necessary. And networking. This is, you can have the best elevator pitch, you can have the best business, the best in purpose, whatever the best, but if you are not connected with people that would be able to connect you with opportunities, then your path to success is going to be very hard. So uh, keep building this networking, whatever. And we have internet now. You can connect. You see, I'm in South Korea. You are in Pakistan.
No, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Sorry. You are in Bangladesh. So how would you say? Like, oh, so it's keep nurturing and building strong networking in terms of business. And the most important one, believe in yourself. This is the belief. Even though it's hard, believe that you can do. You definitely came to this world to do something impactful. So it's not graduating, going to a job and get your money and buy things. No, you come to do something special, whatever you decide to do. So believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, it goes fast, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I just saw this. Maybe it is around 1 hour, the session.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the time really went fast.
Yeah, went fast. It was very nice. It was. I hope that I was able to share my story and to inspire you, all of you, and that are attending right now, or even those who are going to watch later.
But the thing is, whatever you said, I will just keep it on my mind, and yeah, I will follow you, and I need your book. Yes, definitely.
Okay, when I publish the book, I'm going to we can set up another call.
Session, exactly. Yes, we can talk about that book. Yeah.
Yes. Or maybe we never know. I can go to Bangladesh to launch the book. So we never know.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's a great idea. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, why not? I just paste here. Oh no, no, in the chat, my Instagram. Oh, but this is the private chat, so you can spread with for people, and you have my LinkedIn profile. So
Yes,
follow me,
exactly.
guys. Yeah, and whatever you need, I'm here.
Okay,
And
thank
if
you so much.
any one of you need a special advice, just reach me out, and it's gonna be a pleasure.
Yes.
Don't forget, believe in yourself.
Yeah, believe in ourselves. Yes, obviously.
Oh, that was lovely talking to you, Anisha. Thank you very
Same,
much.
same. Yeah, thank you to you as well, and dear audience. Thank you very much to keep in touch with us, and I would like to suggest you as well to connect with Miss Luciane. Yeah, she's a wonderful woman, obviously. Okay, so ma'am, I would like to finish the session right now because yeah, I think we are running out of time.
Yeah,
So, and thank you so much for giving us your your time because I know that you're so busy.
but it was a pleasure whenever you want. And who knows, maybe I can go in person. We can have a session or a LinkedIn session or something like this. I love this
Yes,
kind of opportunities.
me as well. That's why I'm working for this organization because yeah, this is for sure that I'm going to meet a lot of people with full of experiences. Yeah, so
Exactly.
why
And
not?
it's a pleasure. It's a
Yeah,
pleasure. Good luck for everyone. And thank you, Anisha. You was amazing. You were amazing too.
yeah. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. Bye bye.
Bye.